Hey buddy, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about the psychology of doing hard things. This is one of the things and the main things that I've really grown and learned about over the last 4 or 5 years, and I just want to tell you about this one time I thought of the great idea to start a YouTube channel, which is crazy to me, the fact that I've just started to do this, but I mean, I'm already a couple videos in and it's feeling easier than ever. But this was not something that I started a couple weeks ago. This was something I wanted to start a year ago. And I only got to it now. And I remember so many times being like, this is the one. I'm feeling it. I'm energized. I'm ready. Throw the camera at me. And then I put the camera on me. This is the most terrifying experience of my entire life. I think I might fall apart. Like my hands are just shaking and I'm freaking out and I don't know. And then I'd sit there. I would be staring at the camera. I'm like, just hit record, Liam. It's not that hard. And I couldn't do it. I would literally sit there for like 15 minutes and be like, I got this. So why don't I just do it? And that would go on for months and months and months, and I never could just get myself to do it. And that was hard for me, right? But every day, every time, I would shy away. I would say, I'll get it another day. I'll do it tomorrow. I got it. I'm a little busy right now anyway. I don't have time. And I mean, it ate at me. It really, like every day, just like, you should start it. You should go for it. You totally should. You should do it. Come on. You got it, Liam. And never. I just couldn't get it. I couldn't do it. So that's my number one is, if you're feeling like you want to go do something hard and get some pace under you and start to try and do something that's maybe a little bit outside your comfort zone, don't hide away. Don't say, well, maybe tomorrow. Don't say that. Don't say, I got that next week. When I'm a little less busy, when I'm a little less stressed. You're excusing yourself every time. You're making an excuse every time to, I'll let future me take care of that. And future you is going to do the same thing that present you is doing right now. So if present you I can't speak today. But if present you wants to do it, just start now. The feeling of not starting now will eat at you day in and day out like it did to me. It took me a year to get here. A year. Oh my goodness. The amount of money I'd pay if I started back then, I'd pay so much. And that brings us to number 2. And there's a time and a place for cardio. You got to do it. It's for your heart. It's going to make you healthy. It's going to keep you fit. But I just couldn't do it. I didn't want to do it until I was walking up the stairs and I was like, I'm out of breath. I'm a 16-year-old who's in decent shape and I'm out of breath. What? This is not okay. So then I went into the gym and I said, I don't want to run, but I want to do something that gets my heart rate up. So I chose, like any sensible person would do, I chose the Stairmaster. And I was like, perfect. This will work for me. And I started. I didn't hide away. I just started. And that was the best thing I could do. And it wasn't as daunting once you start. It's not as daunting as you think you may. You'd be like, I don't think I can do this. And then you put yourself in that situation and you have to do it and you get it done, surprisingly. And this is where principle number 2 is going to come in for me. And I mean, I remember I was like, I want to do 75 flights of stairs at level 10 because I want to challenge myself. Now, for any of you that's ever tried that, it's pretty hard, right? It's not impossible. I know it's doable. They have the setting there, but it's hard. It took me a little while. And I mean, adrenaline was high, and I was like, this is my thing. I'm gonna get it done. The first 20 flights of stairs, breeze. Easiest 20 flights of stairs, I got it. A little breathing, a little heavy, and then, oh my goodness, my legs just started burning. I was like, this feels like the fires of hell are raining down on my quads. I might not make it out of here alive. I have to hit legs after this. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I have to hit legs after this. I'm not going to survive. What am I going to do? And that's where principle number 2 comes in. You have to break it up, right? Looking at the daunting task of walking up 75 flights of stairs at level 10 or starting a YouTube channel is a daunting thing to do. There's a reason you're like, I don't know about that. And it's daunting. It's something you're gonna have to really get a lot of gumption under you to get you going. But this is the easiest way to just get your way through. And to finish that story, I mean, I was in flight 25 and I'm like, I have 50 more flights. I'm not gonna make it. This is not possible. I don't think I'm gonna get there. And then I was like, Liam, you're not aiming for 75. Just give me 5 more. 5 more flights. You can make it to 30. I was like, I could push to 30. And I pushed and I pushed. And I got there. And I was like, but you got 5 more. You've got 5 more flights. I was like, yeah, you're probably right. Right? And I pushed and I pushed and I got there. And I did that again. And I did it again. And then soon enough, I was at 45. And I'm like, I'm past halfway. I'm finishing this. But I don't know if my legs are going to make it. And I said, but you got 5 more, right? And I said, yeah, I got 5 more. And soon enough, I got to my last 20. I was like, easy. It's a push now. I can see the end. I'm almost there. Right? In the same way, this time was different when I started with the channel because I was like, when I first tried, I was like, I cannot get in front of this camera. This is terrifying. So what did I do? I bought a course, 30 days, and I literally filmed myself every day. Day number 1 was literally like I had to hit him with 3 things I can see, 5 things I can feel, like to calm myself down from an anxiety attack. That's how scared I was being in front of camera. And then by day 30, I was like, I look pretty good. This is going pretty okay. And those days, the first couple days were like, I don't want to do this. This is terrifying. I don't like doing this. I don't really want to do this. I was like, but you've got 5 minutes in you. You can hit the button, right? You got 5 minutes. You don't have to, there's no pressure. You're not posting this. This is completely your choice. But you've got 5 minutes and you can talk for 5 minutes. So that's my lesson number 2. Just break it up into bite-sized pieces. Can you hit 5 more flights of stairs? Can you do 1 chapter of reading a day? Can you do like 1 day of gym a week? Break it up and it'll make it less daunting. You'll feel a little less worried about it. It'll be manageable. You'll be like, I got 1 chapter a day. That seems pretty easy. And then you win and you're like, I did have it. Oh wait, I could do that. I won. Like I got there. And that'll change your entire perception of like, what can you do? Because now you're feeling like, well, I read 1 chapter a day. I got 2. I can do that. That seems pretty easy. Now number 3 is one that is a little bit against the grain, but it's nuanced. So when I was really starting to get into things, I was like, I kind of want to do that, but I don't really want to do it. I'm not sure, right? And you're kind of sitting there like, I want to do that, but it's a little less, it's pretty daunting. I don't know if I can take that on, right? And in these situations, I mean, it's easy. It's like, I could just not do it and I can live my same life and I'm not dying or anything. I don't want to put myself out there to maybe fail, right? And this is where I'm looking ahead and I'm thinking, but what would it be like if I actually was there? If I got there? what would that make you feel? Man, I'd be doing what I actually want to do. I'd be doing YouTube and working towards building a evangelizing brand in order to support my God and, and to spread the word about him. And that's pretty cool. And to help the young men on the other side of the screen. Like, that's fulfilling. That makes me feel really good, right? And that makes me like a little fire under my butt to get something done. But a lot of these guys will tell you, like, don't even think about the end result. Just work on the daily habits. But without the end result, you have no daily habits to go towards, right? If I don't have an end result with this channel, if I don't have an end result for my body, I don't have the actual endpoint that I have to build the path to. So yes, the daily habits that you do every day to work towards that are way more important. But if you get stuck in some of those days where I don't have enough time, or I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this done, those are the days where you got to be like, but what am I working towards? I want to work towards a day where I can be fit enough late in my life to play with my grandkids. I want to be good and known enough to be able to do these videos and really help people. And that only comes with doing these things that may be hard in this moment. And that should make you feel a little less daunted, right? Is that even a word? I think it is, but I'm not sure. A little less anxious about doing these things. Because in the end, like, it's the big picture that you're aiming for, right? God didn't come down to save just one person. He came to save everybody, right? He wants all his children back. But I mean, again, sin is still with us, and some choose not to follow him. And that's sad, but without that big picture of like, what is the end result that he's aiming for? Like heaven filled with his children and singing and worshiping him and praising his name, like that makes me motivated to work towards being a living sacrifice pleasing to God, right? That makes me feel like, what are the steps I got to do to get there? That's a daunting task, to be a living sacrifice pleasing to God. But I mean, I think I got 5 more flights. I think I could read 1 more chapter. I think I could pray 1 more minute, right? The little things in this life, and the little habits and little pieces of ground you cover. Ooh, ground you cover. Do I like that? I don't know. I'm going to decide about it. I think I like it. The pieces of ground that you claw to get a little bit closer, a little bit better every day. That's all that matters, right? So let's just go over it one more time. I mean, for me, number 1 is don't hide. Don't hide away from the challenge, because the challenge is really what's going to make you grow. And then break that challenge up into little pieces that you're like, I can do that. That's manageable. It's not as big of a daunting task if you can break it up a little bit. And then number 3, always remember what the end result is. Make sure it's a good end result. Make sure it's actually going to satisfy you, fulfill you, and make your life fulfilling in the eyes of God, right? Make sure you're working towards being a living sacrifice, better than yesterday, just a little bit. And with that, I think that's where I'll leave you. It's been a pleasure. I'm hoping you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.